If you're a nurse, a physical therapist, or any healthcare worker who spends all day on their feet, choosing the right shoe makes a huge difference. As a foot and ankle specialist, I'm going to break down exactly what to look for. So if we look at the Hoka Bondi 9 first, Hoka's renowned for having that cloud-like feel, really comfortable. It's got supercritical foam in the Bondi 9, which is really soft, really plush. Now, one of the benefits of that is you get that nice comfort as soon as you slip into the shoe. It's like walking on a cloud all day. The downside of that is having a softer foam can make your foot work harder. It can cause some fatigue. So if you're someone who doesn't enjoy that or has that difficulty with arch discomfort or foot fatigue at the end of the day, you may not enjoy a plush cushioned shoe. In contrast to that, you have a shoe like the Brooks Ghost Max 3, which is an excellent option as DNA Loft nitrogen injected cushioning, which is much firmer than what we get in the Bondi 9. So it still has lots of cushioning underneath your foot, but it gives a much more stable platform for your foot to sit on top of, therefore reducing the work level of your feet, even though you might not get that slip-in comfort initially. It's not to say it's not a comfortable shoe, it's just a lot firmer on the foot. And then finally we have a balanced type of cushioning, which is something that we see in the Altra Experience Flow 2. So it lets you sink into it a little bit, but not too much. It's not a really hard feel, but it gives you more resistance sooner than when you'll feel it in the Bondi 9. Then when you're in a shoe for a long period of time, like a 12-hour shift, the fit is one of the most important aspects. So, for instance, Hoka are renowned for having a narrow fit in the toe box, so it tapers quite early even though the Bondi 9 is wider than the previous iterations, whereas the Brooks Ghost Max 3 is one of the wider platforms on the market, therefore it gives you a wider toe box, plenty of your space for your toes to display, and then the widest of all three shoes is the Altra. So Altra and a brand called Topo, which I'll link in the description, are renowned for having what we call an anatomical toe box. So that's where it fits the shape of your foot, so it's really broad, allows your toes to display. If you have a history of ball of foot pain, metatarsalgia, Morton's neuroma, having an anatomical toe box is imperative. Then being on your feet all day, stability plays a really important factor. If you're lifting people, lifting heavy objects, turning, changing direction while you're holding things, having stability matters. Now, the plush cushioning in the Bondi 9 facilitates more of an unstable platform, but Hoka counteracted that by giving you a wide base support underneath your feet. Big sidewalls on the outside and the inside of the heel come up, create your ankle, try and provide extra elements of stability, and they've got lots of sole flare in the forefoot, and that's where the sole comes out wider than where your foot sits in the shoe. So they've compensated it to try and add extra elements of stability. Given that it's still not as stable as the Brooks Ghost Max 3, which is an exceptionally stable shoe. So it has large sidewalls on the outside and the inside of the shoe as well. It's got that firm cushioning, which is more stable. It's got a really broad base of support underneath the shoe, so much wider, especially in the midfoot compared to what we see in the Bondi 9. And then finally, we've got the Altra, which again sits in the middle. It has a broad base, especially underneath that forefoot where you've got the anatomical toe box. It's got some mild sidewalls on the inside and the outside of the shoe, and the balanced cushioning makes it more of a classic neutral shoe. So we look at most stable in the Brooks, then the Altra, and then the Bondi. If you have any questions on them, drop in the comment section below. There's links to all three shoes in the description if you want to check out the latest prices. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching.